You pick the side, I just hope you gon' stand on it.
Welcome back to the Standonitpod.
We
Y'all
back.
know what it is, man. We made it to episode 5. Appreciate you if you rocked with us all the way. Bringing you real sports takes without the gimmicks, without the BS, man, without the clickbait. My name's Khalil Chapman. I'm here with my co-host.
Delonte, we doing it, man. Shout out to everybody that subscribed. We hit our goal, 200 subs. Hey, I'm
There
so
we
happy
go.
for that. And
There we go.
we about to do this right now. Huge milestone.
Right on, right on. So episode 5, y'all. That means it's prediction week. We getting into the NFL season. So we're going to start it off. Let y'all know what our prediction is for every division in the league. Starting off from East, the AFC East. Delonte, what you got? What's your prediction for the AFC East this year?
We don't really got to spend too much time on this, but for me, I got the Dolphins coming in 4th. I got the Jets 3rd. I think they have a little improvement with Aaron Glenn and Justin Fields, but I still have them going 3rd. The sneaky team, the Patriots, I almost had them in the playoffs, but I couldn't find a space for them. And then Buffalo going to win it again. They've been dominating this division for years, so that's what I got. And for the NFC East, we got the Giants. I don't see the Giants. I'm sorry if you're a Giants fan out there. I don't see y'all winning more than 3 games. Dallas, y'all didn't have a bad week. I know y'all lost Micah. We'll get into that later.
Yep.
I got y'all 3rd. Commanders, I wanted to put y'all 1st, but the Eagles is the king of the division right now, so I'm going to go with the Eagles 1st place. What about you, brother?
Dog. I mean, we in the same place, I think, with both divisions. I think for different reasons, though. So
Okay.
the Dolphins are in last place to me in the NFC or AFC East, excuse me, because of their defense. They either got older or they're bringing hurt players back, and they got rid of some youth. Shout out Javon Holland, who played at O'Dowd, who's now on a different team, but used to play for the Dolphins. The Jets, I think, will actually have a much better season than they did last year. I think they'll be competitive more often, but it's going to be a lot of growing pains with Justin Fields. The Patriots, I don't know if I'm a Drake May believer. I just think we're going to have to see more. I think they're going to have a solid year. I don't think they'll be in the playoffs. And then the Bills will obviously win this division. In the NFC East, the Giants, I do have them winning more than 3 games. I think that feels a little bit egregious. The 3 games on the season is not enough to me. I think if they throw out Russell Wilson for at least 9 games, they'll get more than 3 wins, maybe 4, but maybe not too many. I got Dallas in 3rd place in that division for the same reasons. Washington, I actually wanted to put them 1st, but their defense is going to have to prove a lot more for me this season. And the Eagles, I think they have the most well-oiled machine. They got a solid defense. And yeah, we know the offensive weapons they got. So,
Yeah.
what about you thinking about the AFC North and then the NFC North?
Well, the AFC North for the winner in the 4th place is going to be a huge gap. I have a good prediction for my 1st place team, but the Browns, man, they got to start Shador. I know he's 3rd on the depth chart, but, man, Flacco might got 5 good games in them, and that's it. And then Gabriel is Gabriel. We don't got to speak on that. The Steelers, I wanted to have them in the playoffs, but I don't have no faith in Aaron Rodgers. That ship has sailed. And the Bengals, if they could their defense could hold it under 30 points, they'd be all right because their offense got a lot of firepower. And then my team that we'll get to later, our predictions, Baltimore Ravens, I think they're going to easily win this division. So that's my team for the AFC North.
NFC North.
So it was a little hard for me at first, but I'm going to go Vikings last. JJ McCarthy going to have to prove that he's their franchise quarterback, and he's going to get a chance to. He got great weapons in Jefferson, Addison. They just got Adam Thielen. So Hawkinson got Aaron Jones. So that's a good tandem, but we got to see because their defense is legit. The Bears, I really wanted to put them last, but I'm going to try to give Caleb the benefit of the doubt because he didn't have the best season last year. But I have him and them trying to do a little improvement with Ben Johnson as their coach. Their offense should be good. Mm-hmm. Sleeper, DJ Moore, he on my fantasy team. We'll get on that later.
That's a good call.
The Packers, I wanted to put y'all 1st, but this man right here, he convinced me to put y'all 2nd. So I'm going to have y'all 2nd. I like that y'all just got Micah Parsons. That was a great pickup for you guys. I'm not really sold on the corners though. They got one of the corners I have for the Raiders, Nate Hobbs and Keyshawn Nixon too as well. But I'm not really sold on that back end. So that's why you guys are second. Jordan Love, I expect them to have a improved year from year 2 to year 3. And then my NFC North division winner will be the Detroit Lions. I know people making it a big deal about they're losing 2 coordinators to head coaching jobs in Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, but they still got a nice offense. I got one of the receivers on there on my fantasy team too, J-Mo. Shout out J-Mo. So I think they're going to have a bounce back year. I don't see them winning 15 games like last year, but I think they'll still win the division.
I'm going to start in the NFC North. I do think I agree with you on the Vikings. I'm not a big believer in some of these rookies just coming in and you know blowing the head off the defense that they play every year or every week. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like JJ McCarthy might get hit a lot, might get thrown around, and is going to have a lot to adjust to. I got them coming in last. Man, I mean, I think Caleb, the Bears, I think they have a chance to do some things this year. They got a stingy Bears defense. Shout out Kyler Gordon. Shout out. I mean, really, they got a couple corners over there who could really, really ball.
Jalen Johnson.
Exactly. Who actually, he's related to my uncle.
Really?
Now, it's my uncle who's married to my mom's auntie, so it ain't blood. But I just found that out.
Still family.
But no, they got some folks, man. They got some folks. I don't think they'll make the playoffs. I do think they'll have a competitive year. And then I have the Lions in second, not because I don't think they'll be as good or better than the Packers, just because their strength of schedule. They got to walk into the AFC and play some dogs.
Facts.
I think they're going to lose many of those games against the top teams in the AFC, given they have to play the Bills. They got to play the Chiefs.
Play the Ravens.
And I think they walk into Baltimore and have to play the Ravens. That's going to be difficult. I think they're going to be a better team than the Packers. I think they're going to have a worse record overall. Their record in the division is going to be better, though. Now, the Packers are a great team, and I think if we see what Jordan Love can really do, man, I was at that game when they played the Niners in the playoffs, and it just felt like if he made 2 different decisions, they would have been walking into the conference championship game. That kid is special if he gets the right road ahead of him and kind of walks the right path. If he takes bad decisions, makes bad decisions, and gets hurt like we've seen, obviously we won't see it. But I think we're hoping for the best in these predictions. So
Definitely.
I got them winning the division because their schedule is just a little bit easier than the Lions. And then the AFC North, man, I got the Ravens in first place, the Bengals in second. The only reason the Steelers will miss the playoffs because Aaron Rodgers is old, and I didn't see it last year. So I don't know what we expect in this year. Yeah, I don't want to say too much more on that. We wish people good health, but that brother is getting up there. And then the Browns. I think the Browns will figure it out at some point and throw Shadur out there. I don't think that'll be within the first 4 weeks, like we said when he got drafted.
Yeah.
I think they're going to make the decision to start whoever except him. I think they do see him as their long-term investment, and that is that's what we know. What about the AFC South, brother? What you feeling about one of the worst divisions in the league for a while?
Might be the damn worst division in this AFC, but I'm going to go with the Colts.
Okay.
Like I said, we don't even need to speak on that. Quarterback, Daniel Jones. That's all I have to say about that. Titans, shout out Cam Ward. This was his guy that we talked about before episodes. I think he's going to do good. I just think they need to get some more weapons around him. So I just have them third. I honestly wanted to put the Titans second, but the Jags, this is a huge year for Trevor Lawrence, man. Like, he can't keep living off the hype of playing in his college career with Clemson.
The Clemson days.
Yeah, he got to improve. He won a playoff game a couple years ago, but after that, he hasn't done nothing. He's been injured or he's been having bad seasons. You got Travis Hunter. You got Brian Thomas Jr. You got ETN.
They got a good young tight end.
Yep. They got a good tight end. So I think this is the year that he got to prove himself, or it might be he was the common denominator. Urban Meyer was a bad coach for the NFL, okay? Doug Peterson won the Super Bowl. They let him go. They got Liam Conan from the Bucks as an OC for the Bucks. I think he'll do good for them. So I hope that they, improve. So, but AFC South division winner will be the Texans.
You know it.
Another year in a row doing it. They really own this division. I think CJ will have a better year than he had last year. I like Nico Collins. I think, in my opinion, I think he's a top 5 receiver. I think he's going to prove it this year.
Yeah.
He was leading the league in receiving yards before he got a hamstring injury. So I feel like he's going to improve. And, CJ's that boy. So, and they secondary is the top 3 secondary in the league. I'm telling you. So shout out Derek Stingley too.
That's a stingy defense. I'm going to jump in real quick. I mean, I do have to switch my pick. I mean, some of it is kind of a knee-jerk reaction to drafting a rookie. The Colts are in last place. First of all, that's not changing. But I got the Jags in third, and the reason is I don't know. I've been saying this for a couple of weeks now. I don't know the type of impact Travis Hunter is going to come in and have immediately on a football team that needs big physical players. I mean, honestly, their run game is gonna dictate a lot. They got Bigsby. They got a couple guys in the backfield. ETN needs to have a big year. They got a couple guys in the backfield that have to prove it. This is gonna be a run-heavy team because they know when they pass it a lot, they don't win. If they pass it a lot, they won't win. And I do think, they'll be balancing that line for the whole of the season. The Titans, I give them 5 weeks and they'll figure it out. I think they'll be a bad football team for 5 weeks. And then I think after that, you'll start seeing the superhero that Cam
So
Ward is.
what about the weapons?
It ain't about the weapons. If you got Calvin Ridley, you got a couple. You got Charles Okonkwo. You got Tony Pollard. You got who's the other kid in the backfield?
Tajay Spears.
Yeah, he did just get hurt.
Okay, what about receivers?
But this is what I'm saying. I'm not gonna lie though. If you have Ridley, you have some other young cats. They do have a couple young cats in that room.
Who?
And I'm not saying they're great, brother. You trying to hit me right now because they ain't coming to the top of my mind.
Who?
But it's not about that.
They got old-ass Tyler Lockett, bro. That's who they got.
Name 5 people in that Miami locker room. Name 5 people in that Miami locker room.
Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Tua.
No. That played on that Cam Ward team.
Oh, Miami? Oh, no, Restrepo, but that's it. Restrepo.
Did any of the other guys get drafted?
Nah, Restrepo got cut. He on the practice squad
So okay, let me just take you back just a little bit, and I'm not trying to extend the segment too far. Cam Ward, I don't want to discredit the things he did on his college team playing against good teams.
Right.
Like coming back from down 20, coming back from down 12, coming back from down 8 late in games. Like, he plays a level of superhero ball that I'm like, it's going to take some time for him to adjust to the league.
Yep.
But I do think, I mean, you have a wide receiver one, you have a good tight end, you've got some running backs who can play.
Yep.
And they invested in their line, and I don't think it's going to be terrible. So I have them at second place now, just given I think they'll have some stingy wins this season. And I think the Jags are going to lose a lot of games people expect them to win.
Right.
Obviously, we got the Texans in first. Y'all will hear more about how I feel about that team a little bit later. Take me through the NFC South and the NFC West.
Hey, man, this is going to be the easiest thing right here. The Saints, ass. I don't see y'all winning. I don't see y'all winning more than 2 games. I'm being generous with 2. Y'all dropped the ball. Y'all got that old-ass rookie, 26-year-old. He not even started, and y'all use a second-round pick on him? Come on, Saints. What are y'all doing? Anyway, we done with them. The Carolina Panthers, I think they have improved. Bryce did his thing the last couple games of the season last year. I like T-Mac. I like Jimmy Horn. I like Jalen Coker. I like the receivers they got. Underrated receiving group. But I still have them going third.
Yeah.
The Falcons, shout out Michael Penix. I think he would be an upgrade, of course, from Kirk Cousins. I like Bijan. I like Drake London, Darnell Mooney. I think Kyle Pitts. I like their offense.
They got some dogs.
If their defense can do what they're supposed to, they drafted 2 edge rushers in the first round this year, and hopefully they do what they're supposed to do.
The Bucks, baby.
And the Bucks, of course, Baker Mayfield is a top 10 quarterback right now, in my opinion. I love their weapons. Abuka is going to be a sleeper.
Yep.
I like Mike Evans as Mike Evans. Chris Godwin's coming back from injury, but usually when he's playing, he's a good receiver for sure. And yeah, the Bucks, we don't even have to speak too much about them. What about you, brother?
The Saints are going to be trash. I'm not into the Spencer Rattler experience. I think too small, a little too wild, I think doesn't make the easy or the simple plays look easy or simple. And I don't know how much time you give that before you move on. Yeah. I don't think they have any quarterbacks behind that either. And
I hope they're not waiting on Arch Manning after that.
Yeah. Well, that's what worries you, right? Like, if you want to move away from Spencer Rattler, you want to, like, sit him or he gets hurt. Like, who about to come in the game?
That old-ass rookie.
Don't tell me that. Carolina and the Falcons. I think they'll be 9-8, 8-9. They'll be somewhere in the same realm. I think these football teams are very, very similar. I think Carolina improved massively on the offensive end, where the Falcons will continue to have a stingy and a defense that if they can take the ball away, if they can get some forced fumbles, some pressures, they'll continue to look good on paper, but they'll lose 8, 9, or maybe even 10 games. So I got them around the same record, both missing the playoffs. Obviously, I got the Bucks. I mean, to me, they got young weapons all over the field, and they got some old cats who are nice, like Mike Evans. The cats they got, their linebackers. They got my boy Levante, right?
Levante
I'm
David.
telling you, they got some OGs on that team that at this point they're in year 10, year 11, year 12, year 13.
Yep.
And they can still ball. So when you mix that in with some young guys, some rookies, the Bucky Irvings of the world, the Egbukas of the world, I think that does you well. And then moving over to the AFC West, man, I don't know. I'm not a Bo Nix guy. I watched him in the preseason look awful against the Niners' second string guys, and it just didn't make me feel like they could go up and beat the Chiefs in any game this season. I don't really know what that looks like for them. I think last year we're getting like okay with accepting a lot of mid. Like our ability to be like, man, he can throw a 10-yard out. Man, he can throw in play action when there's nobody breathing down his neck. It's like that's what a regular quarterback is supposed to do. I don't know if Bo Nix is one of those guys that's going to make me say in a very, very tough division that they're going to make the playoffs. I got the Chargers making the playoffs. I got the Raiders making the playoffs. And I think their records are going to be very, very similar. And then the winner of that division, obviously, is going to be the Chiefs. What you say?
Okay, so we got the same people. Broncos, I think they are gonna have a step back, but their defense is gonna be nasty. Secondary is gonna be like
I
that.
agree.
Pat Surtain, in my opinion, is the best corner in the league. They just got Jahdae Barron, first round.
Yep.
I think he's gonna do his thing too in the slot.
You know, they got my boy at linebacker.
Greenlaw, they got Lufunga.
They serious.
Yeah, Nick Bonito. People be sleeping on him as a pass rusher, but he's a good pass rusher. The Chargers. Khalil really talked me out of putting y'all last, though, really, because I really wanted to put the Chargers last. I think they didn't get enough weapons for Justin Herbert. I know they just got back Keenan Allen. They drafted Trey Harris in the second round.
Bro. You hating on Ladd.
Ladd
bro.
is one person. One person.
I know, but people
Can you
sleeping
name
on
their
Ladd.
tight end?
Bro, he always do this. Like, can you name? I don't give a fuck.
That's
I'm not
the
about
point.
to name
Hey,
nobody in
that's
here.
the point. No,
Bro,
he's making my point.
Stop doing that.
If you can't name they players, the skill position players, that's something.
Name the starting safety on the Niners.
On the Niners, shit, that dude that got ran over by Mahomes. But yeah, I got.
No, he's hurt.
No, but that was y'all starting safety.
You can't name him.
I don't know how to pronounce
Exactly.
his name. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Keep it pushing.
But the dude that got ran over by Mahomes, y'all can look it up.
You're stupid. That's how I'm gonna start naming people. When he tell me to name somebody, I'm gonna be like, the dude who got mossed, 40 yards into the game against the Saints.
So I got the Chargers going third. I don't know what's going on with Najee Harris. Hopefully he play.
Yeah.
Because that's important. They need him with Amari and Hampton. I think that'd be a nice 1-2 punch.
And I think that'll be a better home for him.
And as y'all can see, I got my Raider jersey on. This is the Marshawn Lynch jersey. Shout out Beast Mode.
Why do you have them making the playoffs though?
I
feel like it's for different reasons than for me.
I like their schedule. They have a lot of winnable games. I like their offense. I know Jacoby Myers just requested a trade, but he gonna play. Don't worry about that, y'all.
They should pay him.
Yeah, I think so. He's very underrated. As we spoke in previous episodes, he's an underrated receiver.
Yeah.
I like Brock Bowers. I like Dante Thornton from Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's gonna be our wide receiver too. He's 6'5". He can run a 4.3. I like him. Aston Genty. Check out on predictions week that we got right now. I got something for him on here, but I like him as a running back.
Yeah.
Trey Tucker is a sleeper. Our defense is the reason why we might not make the playoffs, but I'm banking on us just doing what we need to do. If we could get some good pass rush, we got Max Crosby. We drafted Tyree Wilson in the first round.
Can I tell you why I disagree? And I actually think I think your pressure and I think the culture of your team now is going to be different than it's ever been, given you have like somebody who's actually won something in the building.
Yeah, but I'm still not sold on our corners.
And I'm not necessarily buying into the corners either.
Yeah.
And if they were like some top notch names rather than some young guys who need
Then
to
we
develop.
got Jamal Adams playing linebacker, and we got Devin White playing
But
linebacker.
here's what you have. I don't think I've seen a Pete Carroll team like play like they give up, like the chunk yardage, the disrespectful plays. I mean, and the Niners have played the Seahawks many of times and won. But I do think the culture of the team is different than what we've seen in years past with the Raiders, where whether it's, and I'm not trying to hate on you, but lack of technique, lack of form, lack of understanding of scheme, sloppiness on the tackling technique, the whole nine. Like sometimes you just have a guy who can run out there and hit people hard, and you're like, he's a Raider. And I don't want to hate on that, but I do think Pete Carroll is going to bring in a regime, a culture, and a system where it's like that's not acceptable. And you got to know the system first.
Hey, he's not lying, y'all, about that, about Raiders, though. I got so many painful losses on dumbass tackles and people acting like they freaking hard hitters and can't even wrap up on the tackle.
And in Seattle, there were some mid players who were like masqueraded as great players because they played in a system where it's like the scheme on defense, dude, is built for the strong safeties to fucking just lay people out. Like the scheme on defense is built to take the tight end out of the offense. The scheme on defense is to blow up any wide zone, anything outside, so that everything has to go straight up the middle of the field, and you're about to get punished for it. So I just think part of what Pete Carroll will bring is some stability, but also just some scheme on defense that the Raiders have been missing for years, man.
Well, as long as his ass hand the ball to Ashton Genty at the 1 yard line, we're about to make the playoffs, then I'm fine. But don't throw the fucking ball at the 1 yard line.
I agree.
Learn your lesson, Pete Carroll. You old as shit, so you should. I know you might got a bad memory loss. You gotta run the rock. But come on. And I got the Chiefs going first in the division.
Of course.
But it's still fuck the Chiefs.
Of course you do. Tell me about the NFC West, and then we'll move on to our award predictions.
Okay, well, this is, in my opinion, it was a toss-up for me. And you know, the team that I wanted to almost put first, y'all know I don't like them, but I'm not trying to be biased. So
I wasn't going to talk them into that one.
So I got the Seahawks. I got the Seahawks being last. I think Sam Darnold is going to go back to being Sam Darnold.
That's the pumpkin on.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's going to go back. So I like their defense. Mike McDonald is a great defensive mind. He came from the Baltimore Ravens system, and now he's the head coach for them. But yeah, so I have them last. I have the Cardinals third.
Yeah.
As we talked in the previous episode, this is a big year for Kyler Murray as well. I think he got to prove himself, and almost had them in the playoffs. But
big year for the head coach too.
Yeah. But really for Kyler Murray too, because he's been through a lot of head coaches already, and it's time to see what he could do. So I got them third. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is gonna have a breakout year.
Okay.
I think he's gonna do his thing.
Okay.
So yeah, and I got my boy Will Johnson in the defensive side.
Yeah.
That should have won in the first round, but he could drop the second round. So I like him. And it's a sleeper receiver for their team, Xavier Weaver from Colorado. He made the 53-man roster again. He was doing a lot of good stuff in the preseason, so watch out for him.
Your Colorado fandom is showing, but keep going.
Hey, I'm telling you, watch him. You'll see. And then I got the Niners. Got the Niners in the playoffs. It hurts me to say it, but I think your boy Brock Purdy is going to do better. As long as CMC stay healthy. I know everybody says that every year, but if he stay healthy, I think they could go to the playoffs. Their schedule is relatively easy. He
got some help now.
Yeah, so I got them going second. And I got the Rams. This is all if Matthew Stafford back can hold up for 17 games. So if he get hurt, we can just flip-flop for the Niners number one. But I love their offense. Their offense with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams, Devontae Adams. I think Devontae Adams is going to have a great year for the Rams. I can see him having 1,200 yards easily.
Okay.
And then, I like their defense too. I'm not really sold on their linebackers, but their front four, they got probably one of the best front fours in the league for sure. So, and Jared Verse, he might win defensive player of the year sooner than later. So, I like them. So, I think that's going to be fun to see. But I think it could be by one game I have them beating y'all for the division. So, if y'all could sweep them in the 2 games y'all play them this season, then y'all could be first place. But right now, I got the Rams going number one. What about you?
Cool. I got the Hawks in 4th place. that team is depleted, and I know they have like some momentum because there's some Sam Darnold talks. And man, if you look at the guys they've lost, get the hell out of here. They got like one or two receivers, maybe. Kenneth Walker gonna have to carry the entire team. That line is bad on offense and defense. And then the Niners, the Niners weren't even great last year or the year before. Or well, I don't want to say or the year before that. And we beat up on their cornerbacks and safety. So I don't really see too much winning in their season this year. I can't count out 7 wins in their season unless they surprise the division and start beating up on the Cardinals and Rams. I got the Cardinals in third. I think their offense is going to experience a huge boost this year. They got Trey McBride. They got Marvin Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
They got a couple, like, weapons,
yep.
like some slot guys. They got some tool guys on offense that I think Kyler Murray is going to have a lot of fun with this year. I have them missing the playoffs, but I do think Kyler Murray is going to have a much better season. The Rams, I have them in third place, and this is because – in second place, and this is because of Matthew Stafford's health. I do think again, my boy in Pittsburgh, Aaron Rodgers, is getting a little old. Matthew Stafford getting a little up there. You start having back issues, neck issues, rib issues.
I'm
not putting my money over there like I would with a Tom Brady. That's like the only person we've ever seen do that. Otherwise, Brett Favre, Phillip Rivers, Peyton Manning, all these guys were hella old, getting hurt. And in their last few seasons, I know Peyton Manning with an exception.
No, he was bad though his last season.
Yeah, his last season.
Yeah,
they were just bad, and physically couldn't move. They were getting hurt, getting smacked out of games. And the reason why the Niners are first, and the reason why Matthew Stafford is going to struggle, is because Robert Saleh is back, bitches. Is because it's over, nigga.
Sound like a homer to me.
Hey, no. Stop.
Sound like a homer.
Stop. I don't know who you thought we had for the last 3 years, but our defensive coordinators were on some bullshit the last, 2 seasons from Steve Wilks. I don't know how we made it to the Super Bowl with Steve Wilks. Okay. And then I'm not even going to say the other motherfucker's name because they weren't even calling nothing on defense. Anonymous. Because he's not going to get no job. He's not going to get employed anywhere.
Yeah.
We found another job for him, I think, on our team, which is crazy. That's nepotism. Right. And I won't say more because I feel like you start getting in trouble when you start talking talking about people like that. But Robert Saleh's back, man. I think our defense is going to be incredible. I think we have some of the best young guys in the league who will step up on this defense and perform. Fred Warner's the best linebacker we've seen since Luke Kuechly. We got Nick Bosa. We got Mykel Williams. We got some dogs, man, and I'm excited because we got Robert Saleh back, and he had the best scheme I've seen our defense play since
Tupac died.
Man. And the scheme is actually better than, bro. When we had Patrick Willis, Navarro Bowman, when we had all those guys, like the scheme that we were running was more about like those guys' ability to cover and their ability to stop the run, not on like the plays that you're calling, kind of keeping a fail-safe in the offense. And back when we made the Super Bowl in 2019, it was kind of like we could do anything and we would keep guys in front of us. And I think that type of defense is gonna suffocate the other teams in our division. But also, we got a weak-ass schedule. If we're being honest, like the Niners play most of the teams that we talking about finishing fourth, finishing third in their division. Yep. Like the Niners got all these guys this year. So I think just because of that, we'll be in first place in our division. And, that's a wrap on our regular season predictions.
All right, so now that we did the division winners, we'll be talking about our award predictions and playoffs and Super Bowl predictions. So I'm going to start it off for MVP. I'm going to go with a person that should be a 3-time MVP right now that got robbed last year, Lamar Jackson. I think he don't have to do what he did last year because 41 touchdowns and 4 picks, that was a great season, but right. I just don't see Baltimore losing that many games this year, so that's why I think he's going to win MVP. Offensive Player of the Year, I got Jahmyr Gibbs. I think it's likely he'll have 1,000 yards receiving and 1,000 yards rushing, so 2K yards in total. Okay. So that's why I have him. For Defensive Player of the Year, we're going back to my team.
Your boy.
Max Crosby. I think we're going to need him to have his best year in order for us to make the playoffs and win my $100 from Lil. Y'all know that bet we made. So I'm going to go with him. Offensive Rookie of the Year, staying with my Raiders, I'm going to go with Ashton Genty. I think he's going to have a great year. I wanted to get him in fantasy, but one of my Niner mates got him, so I'm mad about that. Defensive Rookie of the Year, I'm gonna go with Abdul Carter from the Giants. I think the Giants front four is nasty. I think he's gonna get a lot of one-on-ones to feast, so I'm gonna go with him. What about you, bro?
MVP, I'm going C.J. Stroud. I think it's going to be based on his touchdown to interception ratio. I think it's going to be based off his yardage. I think he's going to have a monster year. And I don't see more than 5 losses on the schedule. And so anything under 5 losses, I think he's going to be right in that race.
Yep.
Offensive Player of the Year, I'm going Bijan. I think it's time. I think what we saw last year was like a glimpse. I think this will be kind of the breakout, the opportunity for him to really crack that 2,000-yard mark.
Rushing or in total?
We're going rushing. Just like CJ2K. Maybe we're going BR2K, Bijan, BJ2K, whatever. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it.
That's a big prediction.
Defensive Player of the Year. To me, it's a toss-up because I feel like TJ Watt deserves it all the time. And then you just kind of find reasons not to give it to him. And the one reason this year would be Fred Warner. Now, the favorite, like
Homer,
the person in my mind who wins it all the time is TJ Watt. So like I'm like, all right, the prediction is TJ. But I'm like, shit, if we're doing predictions for every award, I gotta do like the best, the absolute best overall defender I've seen in a long time, and that's just Fred. Offensive Rookie of the Year, I'm going Matthew Golden.
Ooh.
And that might just be because of, like, capacity, like how much they give him volume, how many times they throw him the ball this year. I think if he gets on the field and he really is their number one, I think Jordan Love is going to have a new favorite target. Defensive Rookie of the Year, I didn't really know who to choose because I don't know how to evaluate Rookie of the Year, and I ain't seen none of these motherfuckers play for real. I just said Nick Martin because I've seen him do some pretty incredible things in the preseason.
Homer.
I'm a homer, bro. You got 2 Raiders on this motherfucker, so like you got Max Crosby at D point and Ashton Genty at offensive rookie.
He talking about a linebacker. No linebacker winning no damn defensive rookie of the year.
Hey, listen. I do not care. I do not care. Is Abdul Carter going to be an outside linebacker? Because then you'd just be lying.
No, he's a pass rusher.
Shut up.
He's a pass rusher.
Shut up.
He's going to have 10 sacks at least.
Shut up. One of my favorite players ever, Ahmad Brooks, was a pass rusher but qualified as an outside linebacker. He was a dog for sure. He qualified as an outside linebacker. So I'm just saying, if Abdul Carter wins it, he'll be a linebacker who wins that award. Playoffs and Super Bowl predictions. Run down your playoff teams and then your conference championship games.
So for the AFC, I got the Baltimore Ravens, Kansas City Chiefs, Buffalo Bills, the Texans. That 4, they might make the playoffs every year from here on out. Okay, so now I got the Chargers 5th, I got the Bengals 6th, and I have the Raiders just sneaking in the playoffs 7th. All right, for the NFC, I got the Eagles, I got the Lions, I got the Commanders, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Packers, and I got the Rams and 49ers. I don't really see no new teams going in there for the teams I just named. I don't see what team can you take out to put in for them. So I think that's solid right there. And I think almost everybody on that list has a chance to reach the Super Bowl in that conference. It hurt me to say that about the damn Niners, but they got a chance if healthy. They might sneak in there. So for my conference championship games for the AFC, I'm gonna go the Ravens versus the Chiefs, and I'm gonna have the Ravens winning that game. For the NFC, I'm gonna have the Eagles and the Lions.
Yep.
And I'm gonna have the Eagles winning that game. So for my Super Bowl pick, I'm gonna have the Eagles and the Ravens, and I have the Ravens winning. Lamar getting his first ring, and I top off his quarterback season, the MVP in the Super Bowl ring. A lot of people haven't done that, so that's gonna be my pick. What about you, bro?
I like these picks. I think our playoff teams are exactly the same. I think our seeding is very, very, very different.
Okay.
So in the AFC, I have Ravens 1, Bills 2, Chiefs 3, Texans 4, Bengals 5.
Okay.
I have Raiders and Chargers as a toss-up. So really 6 or 7 is based on division record. But I don't see one or the other being 2 games better. You know what I'm saying? NFC, I have Eagles 1. I have Packers 2, Bucks 3, Niners 4. And I think that NFC West, we're going to see some pretty mid records make the playoffs. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to be 15-2, 15. I don't think that is what we're going to see. I think we're going to see some 10-7s. We're going to see that's going to be the case out west. I've got the Lions 5.
Okay.
I've got Washington 6, and I've got the Rams 7.
Okay.
All right. In the conference championship games, and this is because of a name I haven't said yet, and I'm a homer because I've actually got this team to win the NFC West. Jordan Watkins. We've got some worries about the Niners wide receivers, and I think this is our saving grace. Jordan Watkins is an absolute stud. He's killed at camp. I pulled up to the Niners training camp and watched this kid do some one-on-ones. The motherfucker's pretty special. Like, the footwork, the speed, and he didn't drop anything. So I think he's going to be nuts, man. I got Niners and Detroit in the conference championship, and I've got Bills and Ravens. I've got the Ravens beating the Bills by a wide margin this year, and I've got Detroit Lions beating my Niners.
Whoa.
And that's where we'll fall short.
Shocker of the year.
That's where we'll fall short. And we're just throwing predictions out, so I'm like, I'm going to
to
throw my prediction out.
He might change it.
Well, I mean, if the Lions are like 6-9, I'm not gonna not change it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I've got the Ravens winning over Detroit in the Super Bowl. Okay. I think this is a year for Lamar. I really don't see a lot of losses on their schedule.
I agree.
I don't see a lot of holes in his game. And then, honestly, man, if that defense does what that defense can continue to do, Kyle Hamilton is one of the best in the game.
Secondary is nasty.
And they picked up some boys.
Malachi Starks, Jair.
They picked up some boys. So I really think that they're going to win it this year. Anything else to say about our Super Bowl matchups before we move on to some fantasy football?
I think what he said about the Ravens, I know, like, we not trying to be biased here. I'm speaking for myself because maybe he is. But he could have had the Niners in the Super Bowl, so he's not being biased. But we try to be realistic here. I want my Raiders to make the playoffs, but we not there for Super Bowl caliber. But I think the Ravens, it's their year. They had a lot of bad playoff losses, and I know the knock on Lamar is he doesn't do it in the playoffs. So I think he got to silence the critics. I'm one of the biggest Lamar Jackson fans.
Yeah.
But I'm being a realist. He haven't been the best in the playoffs, but he got time to change that. His career ain't over. So I think he could win the Super Bowl this year. And their secondary, like Lil just said, they got 5 first-round picks in that secondary. Yes. They got Nate Wiggins. They got Marlon Humphrey. They got Malachi Starks, Kyle Hamilton. Jair Alexander, if he stay healthy, their secondary is disgusting, bro.
I mean, Jair's there's not been a year that he's not a top 5 cornerback.
Yeah, when healthy, for sure.
There's not a year where it's like, oh, I wouldn't pick that. Like, come on now. That's crazy to add him to that mix.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
No doubt.
Yeah, 2 things, man. The Green Bay piece, I think, I mean, obviously Micah's a great addition. I do think if he was like a world beater, then Dallas would have been further along in their process. I think we watched them lose because the quarterback didn't do a good job. So I'm like, you could pay a defensive end all you want. If the quarterback is still a question,
he's still a question.
You're only going to get as far as they take you. And they literally lost against the Niners because Jordan Love threw picks. That wouldn't have had nothing to do with what the defense was doing. And so, yeah, I think Detroit is still going to get off based off of the talent they got on their roster. The Niners, I do see them going far because they'll be able to dial Christian McCaffrey back. Getting Brian Robinson, people don't understand what that does for a running back room when you're able to take weight off the number 1, if the Niners see it that way. And then, yeah, like you said, man, the Ravens, this is their year. Tell them about – no. What's your question? Go ahead.
We know we can't do this without talking to your boy. So, if the Niners win X amount of games, why is Brock Purdy not MVP versus CJ?
Well, I think CJ's MVP because, I mean, honestly, you got some receivers over there that'll contribute to some crazy numbers. And think we all look at Nico in a way. They got some guys. I think Higgins. They got some young cats over there. They got some young cats over there killing it in camp.
Yep.
And I think CJ is one of the smarter young quarterbacks with absolutely crazy like gifts. Like Bruck can toss it 60 yards in the air. Like, I think we're going to see that on full display this year.
Okay.
And I think that's going to be more stat-based. That's going to be more about him throwing for hella touchdowns, throwing for hella yards, having a solid record, making it to the playoffs. Rather than, I think Purdy will be able to, like, operate a regular ship against bad teams.
Okay.
And we're naming a lot of teams on their record, and we could go through.
Yeah.
Where it's like, all right, brother, we just got to do what we need to do. Don't turn the ball over, brother. Run the ball.
Don't fuck the game up.
And we good. You know what I'm saying? Unless fucking Justin Fields wants to throw for 350 yards, I'm like, dog, we're gonna we'll be fine. Do what you need to do.
Yeah,
we don't need
being 5 feet to him doing that.
Yeah,
but
exactly. we don't need 500 yards from you, brother. We just need maybe 250 if it's a good day, and we'll keep it pushing. I think Brock just has to do enough to get this team to the playoffs, and I think we'll get guys back. I think we'll get a little bit healthier, and
I feel that.
Yeah,
I just wanted to pick your brain about
that. Let BA come back and be healthy with this squad of receivers. I think it'll be special.
Okay. Well, we on to another. Something solid, something smooth. Me and Lil did a fantasy football draft, and as you see right now, he's getting ready for another fantasy league he's in. But
3 minutes, bro.
We did a draft a couple days ago. Shout out everybody that tuned in. It wasn't live, but next year we do a live stream. This is our first annual Standonitpod fantasy league. We're going to have a trophy, $250 pot, a championship ring, a championship shirt. We going all out. But, that's all going to me because my team is nasty. Cam will show y'all what teams me and Lil got. But shout out me and Lil. That's my dog. I'm glad he joined us on the team.
Sir.
Shout out my boy Reezy, Drew, Dame, Angel. Shout out Rajay, Brewer till we die. Ibrahim, my boy Herb, and my boy Mo. Mo been talking a lot of shit too, but Mo, you going down, brother. You going down. So yeah, but hit us with the announcement, brother.
Man, want to thank everybody who has subscribed. If you've subscribed so far, you will be one of the very few people who we make our hoodies available for purchase for. So if you're not a subscriber and you're watching and you'll want a hoodie with this logo on it, at some point you will have to subscribe because it will only be available to those few who do. We got limited stickers left, y'all. Obviously, you see we put it on everything we could put it on. We've been giving some away. So if you want some stickers, hit us up. Otherwise, our hoodies are only for subscribers. So please tap that subscribe button. Brother Tay, tell us about your song of the day.
You go first. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah,
okay.
Yep.
Song of the day. Shout out my brother, man, from the Sandbox. Free Game Vic. He's got a new joint called Granddad. When you slap it, just close your eyes and imagine 3 young, big-headed kids walking around the lake doing dumb shit, because that is what that song is about. And I think you got a little something special to share with our people.
Yeah, I got a song of the day, but I'm going to just do a little 20-second performance, and then we out of there. We'll let Khalil wrap up the outro. But come on. This is Lord Fabby Davis from the Mac Pack, you know what I'm saying? Niggas be hating on the town for sure. So what I did was the other day for the bosses from that area, and we're going to show you how we go. Yeah. I got the north, got the east, got the west with me. So I guess you niggas don't mess with me. Niggas be cool because you don't want a problem. Because you don't want a problem. I put that on something. I put that on something. I put that on mamas. Put that on something. I put that on Grand Seat Dust. You run up on me, get your man beat up. Shout out Fabby Davis, man. Mr. Fab in the building, man. Shout out that, man. We just, man, go ahead, Will. Talk to
I love it. Tay always brings some fun to the studio, man. If you watched today's episode and made it all the way to this point, please tell us what you think of our predictions. Are we wrong? Do you agree? Which team are we sleeping on? Who do we have rated too highly? Let us know your thoughts and comments in the comment section.
Episode 5, bro.
Please like and subscribe.
We made it to episode
Otherwise,
5.
man, shout out to our boy Cam on the 1s and 2s. Shout out to Kingmakers for the space. Shout out to family. Any other shout outs before we wrap it up, man?
Hey, man, we on episode 5, dog, man. Well, that's a huge accomplishment for us, man. It was hard. Been a hard couple months, man, but we grinding for y'all, bro. We trying to push this pod out. Keep supporting us, man. We not even scratching the surface, man. So just please keep supporting, man, and we got some more announcements coming too.
All good. Well, that's been a wrap for another episode of the Stand On It Pod. You boys talking sports, no bullshit, no clickbait.
Raiders, baby.
Okay.
Raiders, baby.
All right, catch us in a week.
Yeah.
You'll see us
baby.
after the first games.
Yeah. We out this bitch.
Just hope you gon' stand on it.